What's up, everybody? I'm Jay, and we got a great episode of Church News for you. First, we have an update from our lead pastor, Whit George. Then we'll hear from our friend Luke about how God is using him as an open door for the people around him. Let's check it out.
I believe that the church is stronger when there are more leaders involved. I'm trying to find the smartest, best people I can and empower them in positions of leadership so that the church can be strengthened and broadened. About a year and a half ago, I was at another church and we were visiting one of their campuses. They do video venue campuses, similar to what we've been doing. It's a wonderful ministry, but as I sat there and looked at it, I just felt like there's another path that Church on the Move is meant to take. We started to realize that our next step is to have live teaching pastors in each of our locations. Instead of just me being broadcast out to everybody, I think there's something about sitting under a pastor in your community who is involved where you're involved, who your kids know their kids, still committed to the same vision of introducing people to the real Jesus, still submitted in authority to Heather and I's leadership as the senior pastors of this church, but localizing it, contextualizing it for the people of that community. You know, this wasn't a decision that we came to quickly. It's been a journey that I think God has had me on for several years. Our entire leadership team has sought God and prayed. And I got to tell you, as we met, as we talked, we just continually felt like, yes, this is where God is leading us. The next natural question is, okay, where, who, how do we pull this off? We started to say, hang on a second. God has somebody prepared right here under our nose who is ready to step into leadership. We feel like our next step is to have my brother Gabe and his wife Summer step in as the senior campus pastors of our South Campus. We're so excited about this. What it means for our other campuses right now, we don't know all the timetable for what's going to happen at Broken Arrow, or what does it mean for 180, or how's everything going to work at every other location. We just know that our first step is to have them step in as the senior campus pastors out there.
How this resonated with me is that it felt like something to be a part of that you could reach out and touch. You could touch people's lives. It could be personal. Being able to look people in the eyes, for them to be able to express what's going on in their life, for them to feel like we are a community church. I think it's going to transform the area. As I spend time out at South Campus, I realize something. As incredibly special as this is, I think there is so much more in store. I think this is an opportunity to run uninhibited, the gate open, and we go. That's what's about to happen out of South.
You know, when I think about our name, Church on the Move, I can't help but see that this is what God wants. This is how God works. He leads us in steps. You, me, our church, we're moving together with God. And I'm really excited to see where God is going to lead us.
Hey, what's up everybody? Adam Bush here. Today I got a story for you that answers the question, what does the United States Naval Academy, a college dorm room the size of your hand, and some guy doing high knees have to do with Church on the Move? The answer? This guy. This is Luke. Luke grew up at Church on the Move, and he was a big part of our student ministry at 180.
That was where I first learned that vulnerability was the key to making a small group actually work.
Another thing that Luke did in high school was run track, and he was pretty dang good at it, #state champs. He was so good, in fact, that he got a scholarship offer from a little school up in Maryland.
That was actually what got me interested in the Naval Academy. I got a letter from them for an athletic scholarship.
Okay, so the U.S. Naval Academy is kind of a big deal, but the rest is history, right? Because growing up in the Bible Belt of Oklahoma is exactly the same as being a college freshman in a super strict military environment.
Coming here is a little bit different than Oklahoma. Spiritually, there's a hole that a lot of people have. A lot of people don't really have much hope. One of the sophomores in my company sent out an email offering up a Bible study. She asked me to host it. I was really open. I shared some stories about stuff that I had been through, and that just took the Bible study a little bit deeper. And then they started sharing stuff that they've been through, and it really just kind of was a snowball effect.
Just allowing himself to be available and vulnerable has given Luke the opportunity to connect with his classmates, and that's awesome. But I actually think the most interesting part of the story is this.
When we were walking down the hallways, you can't walk. You have to do like high knees. We call it chopping. And you're just chopping everywhere in the buildings, basically.
You hear that? If Luke wants to visit someone in their room, he's got to high knee it all the way down like this. If we had to do that in Oklahoma to have friends, no one would have friends.
When you chop your way down to someone's room just to ask how they're doing, it really kind of blows them away. It's like, wow, you came all this way. That alone just speaks to people.
Not only is Luke killing it at the Bible study and high-kneeing his way to a real Jesus, but he's inviting his friends to watch Church on the Move services in his dorm.
I just asked him to pull up a chair and we watch service together. It's pretty cool.
Luke, you are being an open door to a ton of people around you, and that is amazing. Well done, my friend. This is another great story of someone looking at the community they're in and introducing people to the real Jesus.